Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with part 2 of The Night Before Critmas. We have a little less than 30 minutes left, roughly 27 minutes till the break. If you're wondering when we will finish this, it will not be this weekend. Normally we do the live streams on Friday. We are skipping the first ever live stream this Friday. We have done a live stream every Friday since we started Campaign 2, 42 straight episodes. But we're not doing it this Friday. We're doing it Saturday, the following day. And we're going to watch the entire episode of episode 43 in full. If we need to, we will finish it on Sunday. But my intentions are to finish it in full on Saturday. That is why you're seeing these throughout the week. We will finish these a couple days before Christmas, whatever day that is. I think it's the 22nd, maybe the 23rd, whatever day Friday is before Christmas. We will be finishing this. I think it's around another 2.5 hours by the time we finish the break. At the break, there's like a 12-minute break that they took. But you will see this gradually. Then you'll see episode 43. Then we will have the rest. Either way, the last we saw, we killed all these dark creatures. There was a hag/witch. There was some sort of undead skeleton dude. And there was a demon of sorts, a spiked dude, unless that was his armor, I don't know, but he's dead. He had a fancy metal whip with 3 tentacles coming off of it. Pretty badass sounding. Chutney had Old Faithful and Steve. I don't know which one is Old Faithful and which one is Steve, but I rewound it about 20 seconds so the people that didn't see the Patreon hour exclusive can see, because it was quite hilarious. We had Chutney at the end. I mean, there was a bunch of things that happened, but what happened at the very end, right before we're starting this, Chutney goes, I want to search the body. The hag was killed and said, we were only serving Wormsack. I don't know who Wormsack is, but she dies. Everyone else dies. Chutney searches the demon's body, the guy with the 3 tentacle whip. Very intricately put together links of metal that form this thing. Sounds awesome. Nutmeg says, why don't you keep it? In her deep New Yorker accent. I love the way Ashley does voices. It's great sounding, but the way Ashley delivers it is amazing. Chutney searches this body, and in the body's pocket is 2 copper coins and a severed dick. Why? We don't know. And then Liam just continues on with the rest. Marisha, aka Cranberry Stockings, is like, wait, are we just going to brush over that? Like, there's a severed dick in his pocket? What is that all about? I don't know if Liam was just being funny on the fly. Did he write that down and say, if anyone searches this dude's pocket, they're going to find this treasure? Or was it sort of just on the fly as a joke? Because that is hilarious. And I want it to be something he actually put thought into and was on a piece of paper or something. Either way, we're searching the body. You're going to see Travis, a.k.a. Chutney, talk about Old Faithful and Steve. I don't know which one's the mallet, which one's the chisel. But someone's about to get this weapon, and we're about to probably figure out who Wormsack is, or at least what the deal is. Blitzen was sniffing around. Santa's missing still, but I think he's in the vicinity. We'll find out. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel. Seasons out of what you're seeing. Hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. The Patreon hour exclusive for this and all the episodes of Critical Role. Dozens of other shows. We started Chainsaw Man and One Punch Man and Black Butler, Toriko. What else did I just start yesterday? Oh, The Legend of Korra. I just started Legend of Korra yesterday. It's on Patreon already. First episode in full. Go check it out. If not, jumping in The Night Before Critmas, part 2.
It's Old Faithful and Steve.
And Steve. Which one is which? Old Faithful and Steve.
You know, pick it up and whoosh it around a little.
All right, what could it hurt?
Chutney is whirling around.
Attack the corpse with it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
a video game.
You don't need to roll for that. These
Chutney is
just
gonna
sort of
beat the corpse.
blast around the body, and you just watch it go like.
Whoa, that's fucking dark.
Chutney whips it. I like it. It's dark, and I like it. Steve, take a seat. Old Faithful and Steve. Steve
Okay, good to know.
has
good
been
to know.
given up. Which
Anybody
one is
else have
Steve?
anything
Did
in
we
mind?
find this out?
I'm going to steal the star.
I'm assuming
Okay.
Steve
Make a-
is the
make an
chisel.
acrobatics check.
I'm gonna unlink Blitzen.
16.
16. Yeah, easily. You just kind of climb up this time. Just go chuk. You've got it.
Pocket it.
Right.
Put it back outside. Quietly.
And that will give you advantage on anyone within 30 feet of you on an ability check.
Awesome. So,
I'm gonna check
Mr.
that guy
Fizzlebottom over there stole or took the star. So
Make
now
an
we have
investigation check.
advantage within 30 feet. Good idea. He booked it into there, which made sense to do that when we found out the Star of Pure Intent, was it called?
Where did we go? 19.
Okay. Old iron sword and a whole bunch of bones.
Old iron sword and a whole bunch of bones.
Walk away from it.
I'm gonna go check Santa's sleigh.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Taking off my killing gloves.
Yeah.
Since the killing's done.
Taking
for the
off
time
my
being.
killing gloves.
And I'm gonna go ahead and inspect the corpse of this hag on the ground.
Okay.
I didn't think about that, but Travis
so it
just
was
said
inspect the corpse, and I heard one other
gloves,
thing.
like
What was
American
it?
Psycho.
Okay,
Very
so you guys
right.
both
I
spread
had
out
commented
your,
he's like
specific
Christian
places.
Bale
If you
from
jump in first with the
Newsies.
sleigh, so
Is Matt being a
make
bunch
you
of
wanna
Christian Bale type
ascertain
characters?
What happened, or
Is there anything in it?
oh, the sleigh?
Or probably a ton of stuff.
There's
in
a
it.
gigantic sack, and there's a couple of toys spilled onto the ground. There's a couple of the bears that were made because they're the last thing put into
Can
that.
I lift it up and flip it back upright?
It's pretty heavy. Make a strength check.
Yeah, you know I'm an Olympic champion though, so
I'm an
like a
Olympic
lumber sport.
champion.
It
It's a
is,
lumber
actually.
sport.
It's one of the divisions.
Yeah.
He's really
Sack
strong.
lifting.
Sack lifting.
And that's not good. Wait, just a check, right?
Yep.
That's not good. 8.
Okay, where? No,
So,
it's a little too heavy for
I
you.
mean,
Maybe if you got someone else to help.
I
you.
know
I'll come
Cranberry
over there since I was
is
pretty
Diesel,
close.
but a little elf, I mean,
Alright,
even
why
if
don't
you were a
you make a strength
Diesel
check
elf,
again?
I don't think you'd have an easy time flipping that thing over. That thing looks massive. I don't know if that's accurate to size. That thing is probably a lot
has
bigger
magic when
than
he lifts
Santa's
them,
sleigh because it looks like a
usually.
caravan.
Yeah, maybe it's magical.
I'm gonna unhitch Blitzen if he was attached to the rig.
No,
No.
he actually was not attached.
Okay.
That's why he's far.
Blitzen is far away by the
Are any
woods.
other reindeer attached to the rig?
When Santa left earlier, he said he told Bixby to go get the rest of
Got
the
it.
reindeer. You are checking out the witch's body.
Yes.
Why don't you make an investigation check?
I think I just might.
Okay.
I think I just
I don't
might.
find fucking anything. That's
4.
yeah, that's a 2.
Matt got a
Pretty
2.
much all you can tell is that there are still living
Not
worms
good
on this
at
woman's
all.
body.
You got worms. That's it. Nothing else on here. All right.
She's got
Job's done.
worms.
Everyone looking okay? We need some rest, or we going back out there? Because it's fucking cold, and we got a missing fat man.
Excuse me. I was just wondering, isn't there a hat somewhere? A purple hat? Did it disintegrate completely?
I'm not sure. It was on her head. Right, when she was by the tree.
When she was by the tree, and then she ran off without the hat, right?
Yeah, it got blown off her head into pieces. There's bits of purple fabric on the ground there.
I just don't have some curiosity about, like, maybe what it's made out of, because, like, you know, I know how to make stuff, and maybe there's something interesting.
Okay.
Oh, scrapbooking!
No?
Scrapbooking. Interesting
Okay,
attention to
alright.
detail.
Also in the
There was a
interim,
purple hat.
Chutney,
What do
as
we do with
you're
the purple
going-
hat? He said it was blown to
You start to
pieces.
get a sense of what that thing is. You are now in possession of that.
Woohoo! Tentacle rod!
Tentacle
Made by the
rod.
ground. Ooh. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Step.
So, guys, a few minutes have passed and all this craziness has happened. Santa Claus is nowhere to be seen. There are
We
3
heard a
corpses
faint
steaming
ho ho
in,
ho during the
snow here
Patreon
in
hour.
front of Santa's workshop.
While
Find Santa.
Should probably leave a note for Bixby when he comes back.
Well, hold on now. Let's just think about this. Santa's out. The position of power is open. We could
Chutney.
kill it and rule Christmas ourselves.
I love that Travis is going there. Chutney.
I gave my word to that man. To protect this pole and the sanctity of what all you guys have been enjoying here in safety for a while.
Hold on for just a minute, though.
Hold on for just a minute,
He's on to
though.
something.
Oh my God, Nutmeg. What do the older elves want to take over? I don't know if she even knows what she's gonna say yet.
Yeah. Someone's got to take his place someday.
All right, Chutney, I'll tell you what. How about this? Since apparently our strongest can't lift the fucking bag to do Christmas, you go do it. Show to us that you're a better leader than Santa, huh? Go. Lift the bag. I mean, if you want to take over, you got to be able to lift your presents and deliver to all the
The
kids.
problem
right? Go,
is
lift the
we're
fucking
all
bag. What are you
elves.
waiting for? Lift the fucking bag.
All right. I'll go over to the bag.
I believe in you, Chudney.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
Are we
Say what
actually
they used to be,
discussing
but
whether or
I'll
not
try and lift the bag.
400-year-old Chutney, the elf,
So
should
you're
take over
lifting
for
the sleigh-
Santa?
You're riding the sleigh or putting the bag, lifting the bag?
Riding the bag? Yeah,
Riding
bag.
the bag.
Just hoisting the bag.
We're
on
gonna
your
start
shoulder.
riding
Pulled out
the
something that
bag.
resembles some sort of phone and is recording this on the slide.
And one, and two, and
He sounds like the owl from the Tootsie Roll commercial. And 3.
Wow, that's the number. That's the number I put in my head. And you watch as his little legs shake, and he goes.
it's a new world order, motherfucker!
Chutney does it. It's a new world order. Chutney, but it's like
on
so exhausting to do it once. But he did it.
All right, fair play, old man. Fair play.
But it took him that much effort to get the bag up
How
once.
about I'll just run
How
the
you gonna do that
shop,
all night?
and we'll hold auditions for Santa, okay?
I would like to actually find Santa.
Yeah,
and not
what
be
do we-
looking for a replacement. This
We
is my
literally
very first
just
Christmas,
gave up
and
on
I really
Santa
wanted to be
immediately.
happy and merry, and you're all
We'll
doing
either
different
take over
things other than
for
that.
Santa or
And I
just
think we
hold
have to find
auditions.
Santa
We're not even gonna
because
bother
I'm
looking.
Scared. He's my divine present.
I think she's
Oh,
right.
I thought it was.
All right, fine.
Also, I think you guys
I
might be
literally thought
forgetting
they opened
Mrs.
the door.
Claus is not dead. She's still around. If you try to take up the mantle, she's probably gonna turn all the other elves who are still also not dead against us.
Not forget to her first.
Oh boy.
Yeah, listen to
I'm
this
not
guy.
comfortable with where this is
Yeah,
going. Right
this
now.
is not a good choice.
Ellery is
I
usually
like
looking
the
around
thought.
the area and just trying to figure
But
out
they
what
just
to do,
like
what could help.
half of
We
us
need to make
just gave up
perception
on
checks.
Santa.
Look, man.
My perception check
proved me wrong.
is I have 13, but I'm also gonna add another 4, so that's 17, please.
Okay, well,
I still don't feel
insurrection
like
is being debated
Chutney
and
proved him
argued in front
wrong,
of
though.
Santa's workshop.
Because Chutney
You
barely got
scan
the
the
bag
area
up
just trying
one
to think
time.
what to do,
You
and
have
you
to do
notice
that
on the
all
ground,
night, all the time.
Right around the sleigh, starting about 10 feet away from it, little claw marks in the snow, and they lead off straight that way into the woods.
What you looking at?
You guys, I can see right beyond the sleigh there are these claw marks, and they're going off into the woods.
Gremlins.
And, are
Definitely
they, I was wondering,
gremlins.
I can't tell
You gotta
from
get
here. Are they
the Kentucky
3
Harvester.
3 that we saw before?
Yeah, they are little three-toed, and they're very close
Things.
together.
Close together. Like the
3
tracks or the
toes really
It's
close
hard
together.
to tell. It almost looks like two sort of wavy lines going, but you can see individual little in the snow.
I'm literally picturing
I'm
gremlins.
sorry.
Like
you talk.
after the Mogwai's
you go
turn,
ahead.
not just the
Okay,
movie gremlins, like the actual gremlins.
Bruce
3
Sprinkles.
toes,
Yep.
spiked,
That's me, the boss.
aggressive gargoyles kind of thing. But he's saying they're kind of like sliding, like they can't,
Have
they
you
don't have
ever
like
seen tracks?
long strides.
This is it, Julie. This is what Dungeons and Dragons is.
Bunglestein.
I really feel like this is I've been hazed. And Bruce Sprinklestein, I was wondering
Bruce
if you could tell me, have you ever seen
Sprinklestein.
tracks like that before? You have animal awareness.
Have I seen animal tracks like this?
Make a
before?
nature check. At advantage.
Not great. 9.
Nah, I mean, you deal with things of the hooved variety. Those are not hoof marks.
No,
Velociraptor.
but I could.
I'll tell
I
you
could,
what.
I could.
True.
I could hitch up the sleigh if we wanted to go by sleigh instead of by foot. That's about all I can do.
Are we
for
talking
us.
about stealing the old man's car?
No, we're gonna bring it to him.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself. I'm into this.
We're stealing the
Slow
old
down,
man's
lift it a little
car.
bit more.
Yep.
We're stealing Santa's sled.
Do the tracks match any of these guys' feet?
Radiators.
Make
Like,
an
that
investigation
guy?
check as you check these
An
3
investigation.
disgusting people's feet. And you can do it at advantage.
17.
Okay.
At advantage.
Sure. Yeah. As long as you got that star.
17.
17. Okay, no. The devilly guy had hooved feet. She has oily, disgusting, gray, deadish-looking feet, and the other guys are skeletal.
All right. So they weren't. That's
Anyway, we're so
a good
far
question.
behind on
I, in my
production.
mind, was like,
Okay,
I'm
we
assuming
give
it's
him
not because they went off.
24 hours, and then he's dead. All right? We got cats to please. We follow the tracks, yeah?
I think that's more than your plan.
Let's get a couple people over on count of
Maybe
three.
Blitzen would want to join us. Maybe we can just ride him.
Well, we could
I don't know if we could all just.
I'll
sit
be
and
honest,
Blitzen
I
up there.
love
Are
what
there,
Chutney's doing.
Reindeer to
Because
pull it.
now Chutney went off from being the stereotypical old man character.
If you leave the
Because
toys
never
behind,
does
it's
the
gonna
old
be
man
doable.
character
You guys don't need- there's so many of you. You
say
all join
they
together.
give
and
up
you go,
on Santa Claus. 24 hours? We've given him 24 hours.
Fix that voice. Like, they're clearly elves.
We're like, you have 24 hours
You don't
to
wanna
find
listen to that
Santa,
for
or we're
hours.
taking over.
Nah.
While they're doing this,
Yeah.
I've hunted the perimeter of this facility and the forest nearby. As they're dealing with that, that's the moment that I noticed these footprints that no one's really mentioned out loud to me in my direction. And I go, wait a second. I kneel down close, look at it, take the snow, taste it. Let it breathe through the senses. Do I recognize it all?
Make a nature check.
Make a nature check.
Like X Spec Ops.
With advantage, right?
Yeah, that's right.
18.
18. It has there is a trace, like acrid taste to it, almost like, it's gross. It's like the barest trace of fecal, and you have never tasted anything like it. Except
Delicious.
the closest thing you can think of to it is poop.
Delicious.
I made a terrible mistake tasting that snow.
Taste the brown
I made a
snow.
terrible.
To not taste the snow around these tracks. So let that wisdom sink in. Let's get on this sleigh and see if we can find the fat man.
What it takes?
I have learned not to ever taste the snow.
Are we fighting a monster of poo?
Don't forget the rest of the other elves. I know it's been a week of that back at the shop, so we're trying.
Are we fighting a monster made of poop like the
No, it actually makes
Algonquin?
sense. Gets in the water supply.
The shit demon from
I understand what you're saying.
Dogma.
But,
Algonquin?
Excuse me, I was just
Was that
wondering.
it?
Have any of the elves that we know who've been like super sick and like throwing up and pooping and stuff, maybe like, is that like a similar poop? I'm just wondering, like, is everybody
connected?
sick? Is it all connected? I don't know, but there's a lot of really bad stuff happening at once. And
That's not
in
a bad
all of my
idea, in
journals
all
and my
honesty.
studying of the workshop, none of this ever happened before, so I'm just wondering if maybe they're connected.
Yeah, Klaus, tell us about your poop. You know the taste of poop. How much poop do you like? How does this compare to other poop?
Is it like the other poop that we saw other people pooping?
I can say with utmost certainty that in my experience of not tasting any of the other poop, no, I have no idea.
How is it compared to
remember
other
that as we
poops
make
you've
our
tasted,
journey
Matt?
forward.
We need to know this. This is important.
Oh no, we're losing Chut.
Chutney is falling asleep. Old man Chutney can't keep himself.
Turn up his
Oh my
hearing
god, look at
aid.
his
Let's
face.
go.
I'm good. Let's rock.
All right. I will.
I like that some have the ears and some don't. Is it
Blitzen and I'll
built
say,
into the hats? I'm
on
assuming.
Blitzen, on Blitzen.
But
on
Sam's
Blitzen and
doesn't
Blitzen.
have them.
On
Maybe his
Blitzen,
aren't.
on Blitzen, on Blitzen and Blitzen. Yeah.
All the Blitzens.
Blumstein starts moving, and you all just see it going, and just start running, and catch, and just pull yourselves all up.
Come on!
All right, we have gotten everybody.
While the entire town of Christmas Town is either shitting, puking, or both, the sound of jingle bells leaves off away from the compound. Oh, wow!
Oh, is that it?
Through the snow.
Are we almost
So,
done?
who is keeping an eye out to try to keep an eye on these strange tracks through the woods?
No one.
You should. You know these woods, right? No.
I know the woods pretty well.
Roll at advantage.
Sure, it's me. That's the greatest decision.
I mean, I
Klaus is great in the woods. Natural 20.
Okay, so
We're following
Klaus
the
actually
tracks.
gets off of the sleigh and climbs over onto the back of Blitzen, and you're just right. That's right. You're way up high on top of his neck, and he's keeping us guy. You see it on the ground. You guys go for a half a mile, mile and a half. This is the edge of where you normally go. 2 miles, you're beyond your ken here. And you watch and see that the tracks
Listen to
sort of
music.
bend off to the right. It's still the woods get deeper here, and I know we're on the North Pole, but the magic of Santa's workshop stretches wide, and the protection is deep. And you guys wind your way over hills, down into gullies, watching these strange tracks scurry along, and eventually, after about an hour of traveling through
My
these woods,
God, they made
you see
work.
you reach a large glade in the middle of this wintry forest, and you see in all this empty space there's actually 5 trees standing alone.
Oh my
at the
God,
top
is it
of a
actually
small
like-
little hill, and it's a ring of trees
Is it like Nightmare Before
perfectly
Christmas,
spaced,
where it's like
almost
Halloween
as
Town
if
and
by
stuff?
design. And you stand at the edge of this glade.
Keep your eyes about you. You've hit no
I think it's gonna
land.
be like Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is Halloween, like the trees, right?
Okay, still on the sleigh.
Maybe we
There
should
was
go
Easter.
in by tiny adorable.
I haven't
foot.
seen Nightmare Before Christmas in a while, but there was like Halloween
All
Town,
right, I pat the side of the neck
Easter,
of Blitzen.
right? I don't know. There was a bunch of
I was
Halloween.
like, trying to figure out which one.
Is that how Christmas works?
That's how it goes. Leap off in the snow. Going. Get my killing gloves on.
Killing gloves on.
I'm gonna stealth.
Yeah,
stealth
shape it,
in
yeah.
very
Do I
gently.
recognize any of the trees here?
The kinds of trees,
Yeah.
or the trees at the center.
The circle.
Make a nature check.
All right. Yeah.
Nature
while
check
we
on
were-
the trees in the
While
circle.
we were on the sleigh, do we get a short rest out of this? Or
Matt's got his
10.
Short rest.
candy cane
they're
weapons
conifers.
of fury.
But they look from a distance. They look the same as other trees, except that they're so perfectly placed. These 5 trees.
They
And you're
look like
stealthing
every
in
other
and
tree.
stealth-
From this distance, they look
Okay.
like every other tree.
We want to say that you're slowly leading the pack here, Arthur.
Sure, sure. Do I get advantage on that stealth or no?
If you're close to the group,
Yeah. I mean, how far away are we? How
we
close?
can make a group stealth check if you like. If you all want to creep up together, or you can
Yeah,
send an
yeah,
Arthur.
let's do it.
All right, group,
Group
stealth check.
stealth.
At advantage if you're
Go on,
clumped
go on.
together.
Advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
That star means I love you all.
That star means I love you all. They all get advantage.
13.
13,
19.
19,
16.
16,
That would be 20.
20.
That will be 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, natural 20.
All right, all right, all right.
17.
17. All right, you guys, almost like a little
Roman
troop.
Like a
clumped
Spart-
together,
like
all this
a-
red and green going.
Kind of like
And you
300
get up to the ring,
shields. I'm
and you
picturing.
peer inside, and strangely,
Gladiator does it too.
you
A
couldn't
lot of
see this from
movies.
your vantage point before, but on the inside of each of these trees are doors.
It is
And they're all in a different form. One door
Halloween,
is a
Easter.
colorful egg with beautiful patterns.
It's
on
the
it.
doors. It is Nightmare
Next
Before
is
Christmas.
turkey.
Thanksgiving.
The next is a tri-leafed green plant, a shamrock.
St. Patrick's Day.
And of course, the last is an orange pumpkin, which is slightly ajar.
As soon as he said there were trees,
and the
but then he
tracks
said
lead right
from a
up.
distance you couldn't see the differences.
You know, I was making
It's
a
the-
making a
It's
joke
the
earlier
fucking
about,
turkeys.
Halloween Town, but turns out to be real.
Yeah.
Halloween Town, right?
The
Yeah,
funny
that's-
thing is, Marisha did
Should
say
I
it
focus on the
earlier,
Thanksgiving tree.
and I didn't think that it was going to be relevant, but it put it in my head.
Yes,
I wonder if she didn't say that, if I would have thought of it, but her putting it in my head
I
made me
noticed
go
that
there.
there were 4 doors listed: egg, turkey, 3-leaf shamrock, and orange pumpkin. But there were 5 trees. I was just curious if maybe there might be a missing door or a door that I would like to learn more about.
Aren't-
Sure,
are
the
we-
holiday that I'm forgetting.
I pass around the field
Arbor
rations.
Day.
We haven't
Arbor
done this
Day.
in
It's a tree.
The shop in years.
It's a tree-shaped
Is
tree.
it a heart for Valentine's Day?
Oh, it's a heart. That's it. That's right. Thank you.
It's a heart for Valentine's Day. I thought we were the fifth door, but that wouldn't make sense because how would we be in a door?
Are we doing
Actually,
this? Is this what's happening?
We'd still have to have
St.
a
Patrick's
door,
Day.
right? I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna,
Let's go there.
Let's not worry about it.
Eat each other.
St. Patrick's Day.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
gonna-
Pittsburgh.
it's just
my
Pittsburgh.
tiny toy making.
That's where my
tools,
brother lives.
my
You guys
sewing
know
kit,
Ray.
And my little screwdriver.
That's what
Right,
St.
a little tool,
Patrick's
yeah,
Day
little
world
children's
is.
toy.
It's
Children's
just
toy kit,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I'm gonna head over to the Halloween door, and I'm gonna check for traps first.
Okay, roll yeah. Perception check.
Is that perception check?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Advantage or no?
Yes.
Medicinal.
My glaucoma.
Natural 20. That's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You drop down to the ground and almost do a plank position, flexing your abs, and you're looking in every inch of the roots of this tree. You don't see anything. It's clean.
All right. I'm gonna start working on the door. Check. Is it?
The door is actually an inch or two ajar.
It's already open.
I opened it. Wasn't a problem.
I opened it. Wasn't a problem. It's just an open door.
Which door was it?
The orange pumpkin door.
Oh.
Pumpkin door.
What about the green door? I hear the marijuana problem is very severe with kids these days.
Couldn't even.
What?
Pots. It's a real problem.
Cannabis
Pot
is
World.
the
It's
name.
not St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day. It's Pot World.
That's kind of like magic. Oh, never mind.
I like hijinks as much as the next fellow, but I think we need to go find Santa.
Hermie doesn't like to make toys.
Come on, guys. I mean, he's our boss.
He's getting worse.
He's getting worse.
Right
He
with the
is.
bungle schmear. All right.
The bungle
Should
schmear.
we go in there? I mean, is there a... I don't know.
Where else is there to go? Get behind me. I'll take the lead.
Okay. Okay, so you walk forward, all come together, all of you behind Klaus. As you open the door, all of you are hit with a wave, and you feel the back of your head being tugged almost magnetically through the front of your skull, and all of you get sucked into the doorway and are spinning, spiraling. Black and orange swirls spin around you, twirling you through space. You're getting dizzier and dizzier. Giant skulls float by, pumpkins float by.
Is it
bats
playing
float by,
Nightmare
and
Before
your
Christmas music in the
consciousness
back?
Out. And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh, I didn't think we'd break. I'm like, we're probably going to break soon, but I didn't think. I mean, hey, that's a good time to break.
This is fucking great.
I'm digging it.
You have your weapons.
Ho, 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 ho.
All right. Thank you for coming along. We're gonna go drink a whole ton of hot chocolate and
Thank you to Max and Danny for making a fucking candy cane run.
Max and Danny, Danny Carr, and Max. We know them well from Talk.
It's great.
Definitely.
After this,
We'll
I'm going to
discuss.
jump into Talks
We'll see you
Machina
soon.
for
Take a
episode
break.
42. Take a break. There we go, guys. There is the end of part 2. Takes us right to the break. We have 2 hours. Well, it comes back at 2:02. And it does go right to the end. It isn't like other Critical Role episodes. Because they had the break in the middle, I'm like, oh, they probably have like 15 minutes of fan art at the end. There is not. It goes right into the very end. So it goes to 4:38, starts at 2:02. We have an hour and 36 minutes, or 2 hours and 36 minutes. I'm going to see how exactly we're going to do that. We'll probably do it all the Friday before Christmas, like I said. But if that's too much, maybe I'll jump in for like 30 minutes on my own. I have to see what my brother's plans are as far as when he gets here, because if he's down for reacting to 2 or 3 hours of this, I'm fine with it and we'll just roll like that. But just in case that's a lot to do, maybe I'll watch part of it. But either way, we will be finishing this Friday. And if other things come out or other things happen, you'll know before then. We still have episode 43 on next Saturday. So if anything has changed between now and then, you're going to see this part 2 on Wednesday before the Saturday we do episode 43. So if anything changes, like I said, I'll know by then. And then we'll go into that following week. We'll figure it out. But by then, we'll also be going back into the regular routine of episode 44, being part 1 on Monday, and so on and so forth. But the way this ends, I absolutely love. At first, I was like, what are they crazy? But then they started running with it, and I'm thinking, I like where they're going. Chutney is your typical old man elf. He's been around forever. I'm not really clear on how old he is because Brigsby, is it Brigsby or Bigsby? I can't remember, but the oldest elf, I feel like Liam said was around 400 years old, something like that. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like he said 400. Chutney has been talking about going back to the 1500s, but he also is wacky and crazy. So maybe he's just one of those dudes like, I had to walk uphill 500 miles in the snow and the snow was 10 feet high, like very elaborate stories. So maybe that is the case, or maybe I'm wrong. But if that is right, then Chutney is like 600 or 700 years old, which wouldn't make sense based on what Liam said, unless what I heard is wrong. Either way, Chutney has been so far your stereotypical old man, very crotchety, kind of like he talks like an old man, everything about him, old man-ish. But they spin it a little at the end here, or in the beginning of this, I should say. Santa's missing. We took down all these foes. We end up finding out at the end it legitimately is a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of thing. All the trees are lined up. They came from Halloween Town. It made the most sense. And Marisha did call it. Marisha was like, oh, these dudes look like they're from Halloween Town. Kind of put it in my head. I see the trees. I'm like, oh my God. But then, like I said, when we asked what the trees looked like, Liam was like, regular trees from this distance. So when we got closer in, we see that there are doors on them. We go into Halloween Town. That's how we ended it. But up until we decided to hijack the sled and take Blitzen to go find Santa, Chutney is saying, you know what, forget it. I'll take over. I'll be Santa Claus now. And he does manage to lift the sack onto his back and prove Klaus wrong. But even though that was the bet, like the bet was, I bet you can't lift the sack up, that still doesn't mean Chutney is capable of doing this job. Not that it matters or that it's relevant at this point. But Chutney barely got that sack up one time. He is not going to be able to do an all-night event where he stops at every single house in the world and so on and so forth. So Klaus was like, nope, you proved me wrong. I guess you could do it. I still feel like that is very much stretching it, but it was freaking hilarious, and I would want it no other way. Between the end of the Patreon hour and now, Chutney has definitely gone up in the ranks. Between Old Faithful and Steve, and in the beginning of this, he's like, Steve, take a seat. I'm taking over with this giant metal tentacle whip, and Steve is forgotten. I don't know if we really did put down Steve or if Steve is in our arsenal, but Steve has been forfeit for this tentacle whip. Chutney has definitely turned into a very interesting, likable character. We decide we're going to take the sled. We're going to go find Santa. Chutney then comes in again and goes, all right, here's the deal. We have tons of kids that we need to make happy. We have things we need to do. We have 24 hours to find Santa, or we're just taking things over. We're going to have auditions and replace Santa Claus. Not obviously. That could be a joke, or it could not be a joke, but I don't feel like that is relevant either, because I think we are going to find Santa. We are going into Halloween Town. It's not like we're going to go into Halloween Town and not figure out where Santa is and find him. I mean, it's possible, but I feel like we are going to go down this adventure inside of Halloween Town once we appear. Where we are, what we'll be seeing once we pop through. I'm imagining we got to hike back through like we would in the movie, or like we just did. You got to hike back to wherever the town is. You're not just going to appear in Halloween Town. So we're going to probably have a trek back, follow the footprints or whatever, and see what we got. But this will be finished in a live stream right before Christmas. The Friday right before Christmas, this will be finished. So check that out. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit everything. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon hour exclusive of this and every episode of Campaign 2, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, The Last of Us, and Vox Machina Season 2 in about a month. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.